Puck Luck by May Chaplin. Read by Steve Chaplin. Fade in. Interior, Olympic Hockey Arena, day. Animated screaming fans wave USA and Canadian flags from packed bleachers. The scoreboard shows third period, 3-3 tie, 13.4 seconds. Title: Women's Ice Hockey Gold Medal Match, Canada versus USA. Announcer off screen. The intensity of this 3-3 tie with seconds left in the game is palpable, both teams looking for magic in this third period. The USA and Canadian women's teams battle for the puck near the USA blue line. Trying to turn the momentum around, USA passes the puck off the boards, but it is intercepted by Canada. Canada charges towards the USA net. Chased by both teams, the Canadian center takes a slap shot at the USA net, then hits the ice on her rear and skids into the boards. Announcer off screen. Loose puck. Canada takes control. Charlie Bedard in the USA net stretches and makes the save. USA goalie Charlie Bedard, 28, under pads and uniform, catches the puck. The ref blows the whistle, gives the sign for tripping against USA. Announcer off screen. And tripping is called on the USA. This is the advantage Canada needs to win this. USA fans boo and scream at the ref. Canada cheers. The guilty USA player heads to the penalty box. Announcer off screen. The Canadians win the face-off in the USA territory on the penalty. Canada has a power play with 4.2 seconds on the clock. USA playing shorthanded. Can USA hold them back? We'll see. Clock shows 4.2 seconds. The crowd screams with excitement. Players face off at the blue dot in the USA end between the center and blue line. The ref drops the puck. Announcer off screen. The face-off is such a key at this point in the game, and Canada has the puck. The Canadian center gets it. Flanked by two wings, they bear down on the USA net and Charlie Bedard. Charlie, on high alert, braces for the action. USA team shores up protection around the net to battle for the puck and stop Canada. At the last moment, the Canadian center passes the puck to the right wing, then circles in back of the net. The Canadian wing takes a shot. Announcer off screen. Canada passes the puck, hoping to jam it in at the goal line. Puck ricochets off the poles. It's still a loose puck. USA players drop to protect the net and stop the shot. Charlie drops to the butterfly position. She hits the ice hard, legs flat on the ice. The scramble of players block her view and her ability to move. The puck bounces off of someone or something back onto the ice. The crowd goes nuts. Announcer off screen. What a mix-up this is, and Canada retrieves the puck. The Canadian center emerges from behind the net and retrieves the loose puck. She winds up and shoots. The puck sees air and sails over the players' heads, still fighting for the puck at the base of the net. The puck hits the high bar of the net with a ding and goes in. The red light twirls like on a police car. The green score light blinks on. The horn blares. The scoreboard time clock reads 0. Screaming Canadian fans wave flags. Announcer off screen. What a goal! Canada wins the gold! Players disentangle from the pile in front of the net. At the bottom of the heap, Charlie lies motionless, face down. USA players frantically wave to the bench for help. Announcer off screen. USA goalie Charlie Bedard is still down on the ice. Looks like she's injured. The USA hushed crowd watches. The manager, trainer, and doctor rush from the bench onto the ice toward Charlie. Announcer off screen. Bedard is the captain of the USA team and the most senior player. This is her third Olympics. At the net. The players and manager surround Charlie in nervous silence. The doctor examines her head and legs. The trainer removes her headgear. Her wild hair frames her face. She's out cold. Announcer off screen. Since an accident in her college days, she has suffered knee problems. This doesn't look good. The manager motions to the bench for more help. Slow fade out. Exterior, Hibbing Hub Bar and Grill, night. The snowy parking lot is full. A brightly lit sign adorns the entrance. Colored Christmas lights shine through windows. Title, 9 months later. Interior, Hibbing Hub Bar and Grill, continuous. It's a typical small-town bar, booths, pool table, pull-tab counter. Ernie, a burly bartender, hustles behind the bar pouring tap beers as drinkers watch him work. Sports plays on big screen TVs. Charlie, tall, athletic build, stocking cap pulled low, slouches on a bar stool close to the door. She swipes her phone, a beer at hand. She stops swiping, lifts her eyes from the screen and focuses on Eddie Finstead. Standing close, their eyes at the same level. He's her age, happy-faced, great head of hair. Eddie, how's it going? She goes back to her phone. Charlie, what's up, Fast Eddie? Eddie, how's the knee? She touches her leg, rubs her knee. Charlie, same. He watches her swipe her phone. Eddie, I was thinking maybe we could get together and have some fun? Charlie, I don't think Jenny would like that. He looks over at the pull tab counter where Jenny, a blonde with big hair, sells tabs and flirts. Eddie, we broke up. She's leaving town. Charlie glances at Jenny, goes back to her phone. Charlie, sounds like she got sick of sports, trash talk, and watching you play pool. Eddie, pretty much. Silence hangs in the air. Eddie, so what do you think about getting together? Do something fun? Charlie, same answer as last time. You're too short. Eddie looks over to the pool game. Todd, a tall, goofy-looking guy, leans against the wall, pool cue in hand. Eddie, how about Todd? He'd go out with you. Charlie looks over at Todd. Todd waves. Eddie waves back. Charlie, no. Eddie, he's tall. Charlie, he's Todd. Eddie nods. Charlie goes back to her phone. Eddie, how about you come to the scrimmage this Saturday at the pond? Charlie, no. Eddie, you could just stand in the net and slap the pucks back to us. Charlie, no. Eddie, are you depressed? She glares at him. Ernie sets a bag of takeout food in front of Charlie. Ernie, if this guy is bothering you, I can kick his ass. She almost smiles. Charlie, we're good. Thanks, Ernie. Ernie, say hi to Carol. He double taps the bar with his hand and goes back to work. She gets up, grabs the bag of food, turns to leave, takes a few steps towards the door, slowly turns back to Eddie. Charlie, who would you talk to? He gives her the deer in the headlights look. Eddie, your Grandma B? Charlie, where? Eddie, church. Charlie, church? Eddie, Christmas. She nods and walks out. Exterior, Bedard House, day. A typical Hibbing, Minnesota, well-kept smaller house on a snowy city lot. Grandma B's compact all-wheel drive car is parked on a plowed driveway in front of the garage. Interior, Bedard House, continuous. Carol Bedard, mid-50s, tall, phone in hand, and Grandma B Bedard, upper 70s, petite, alert, and stylish, hover in a hallway at a closed door. FaceTime on the phone is Buck Bedard, 33, handsome face with a few scars. Carol, she's been in there 12 hours. Buck, FaceTime, knock. Carol softly taps on the door, waits. Buck, FaceTime, open the door. Carol and B peer in. Carol, Charlie, Buck's on the phone. He wants to talk to you. Charlie's bedroom. Sunlight seeps through the drawn drapes. In bed, under the covers, Charlie is nearly invisible. Charlie, I'm sleeping. Buck, FaceTime, hand her the phone. Carol enters and slides the phone under the covers next to Charlie. Carol retreats to the hallway and B. They listen. Buck, FaceTime. Rise and shine. Charlie pulls the phone to her chin. Charlie, what? Buck, FaceTime. It's FaceTime, not chin time. Charlie turns the phone to her face. Buck, FaceTime. I got good news for you. Montreal needs another coach for kids' hockey camp in March. Charlie pulls the covers down and looks up at the ceiling. Buck, FaceTime. It'll give you something to do. You're good with kids. She sits up. Buck, FaceTime. The goalie coach dropped out. I told them you'd do it. She puts her feet on the floor, sighs. Buck, FaceTime. You can stay here. Claire and the kids would love to see you. Waits for response. Just think about it. It might be fun. We get some real talent. Long pause. You been on the ice? Waits for response. You need to get on the ice. You're losing muscle. Charlie. It doesn't matter. Buck, FaceTime. If Dad was alive, you'd do it. Charlie. I gotta go. She puts the phone face down on the bed. At the door, Carol and B peer in. Charlie. He always has to take the last shot. Carol and B make their way to the bed. Charlie hands Carol the phone and sinks back onto the pillow. Carol. Grandma B has a great idea. Both B and Charlie skeptically look at her. Carol. The roads are slippery, and with a 3-hour drive home, well, B shouldn't drive it alone. Grandma B. I shouldn't drive it alone. Carol. You need a change of scenery, and I'm worried about B and the driving. Spend some time with your grandma while you can. Grandma B. She's worried about me. Carol. When you're ready to come back here, give me a call, and I'll come get you. Charlie pulls the covers over her head. Exterior, Bedard House, day. Charlie sits in the driver's seat of B's car. Carol opens the passenger side door. B gives Carol a hug and whispers in her ear. Grandma B. Carol, I got this. Carol nods. B gets into the car. Carol. Now you two behave. Charlie starts the car. Grandma B. Is driving going to bother your knee? Charlie. Cruise control. I'll be fine. Carol shuts the door. Charlie backs out of the driveway onto the street. Carol watches them drive away. Exterior, B's car, day. B's car cruises down the highway. It passes the Hibbing city limit sign. Interior, B's car, continuous. Charlie in the driver's seat, B riding shotgun, ponder the passing view. Coffee in the cups between them. Grandma B. Thank you for doing this for your mother. She worries. Charlie. She'd love it if you stayed with her. You're alone too much. Grandma B. I have neighbors, friends, my view. Seriously, I'd last a week up there. Charlie chuckles, gathers a little courage. Charlie. What did you say to Eddie Finstead at church on Christmas? Grandma B. Eddie Finstead. Oh, you mean Fast Eddie. A nice young man. Presented himself well. We had a nice talk. Charlie. Yeah. What did you talk about? Grandma B. You? Charlie. And what did you say? Grandma B. That you were down in the dumps and needed socialization, maybe a date? Charlie. Grandma. When you tell Fast Eddie anything, you tell the whole town. Grandma B. I'm sorry, but Charlotte, you need to enjoy your life. Charlie sighs, takes a deep breath. Grandma B. You've had disappointments this past year, but it's time to get back to being my wonderful, happy, beautiful granddaughter. Charlie. You are the only person in the world that calls me Charlotte. Grandma B. It's a beautiful name. It fits you. Charlie. Men don't see me that way. I'm like one of the guys. Grandma B. Show them that side of you. Charlie. I don't have to. I don't think I have that side. I'm being serious. B shakes her head in disgust. Grandma B. I blame this on your brothers. Those triplets put you in that net at 6 years old and shot pucks at you for hours on end. That was cruel. Charlie smiles, enjoying their closeness. Charlie. They did me a favor. I found my talent because of all the time on the ice with them. That net became home, and I'm really good at it. Bea looks out the window. Charlie is suddenly sad. Charlie, I was good at it. They sit in silence. Exterior, Bea's car, later. On a busy city 4-lane street, Bea's car passes a city sign that says Minnetonka. Interior, Bea's garage, later. The garage door grinds open. Light floods in. Charlie drives in, turns off the car. Bea's closed eyes flicker open. Charlie, you're home. Grandma Bea, I'll make cocoa. Interior, Bea's house, day. The small house has a cabin feel. In front of sliding glass doors that lead to a deck, Charlie and Bea sip cocoa. Before them is a beautiful wintry view of a small frozen bay of a lake. The sun is low in the sky. Bundled people with dogs walk a plowed trail on the ice that circles the bay. At the end of the next-door neighbor's dock, a large skating rink extends into the bay. Kids skate. Pucks are passed back and forth. A goalie net sits empty at the far end. Charlie, you do have a good view. Grandma Bea, lights go on in about 5 minutes. Charlie, that walking path is nice. Do they ever use that rink for pond hockey? Grandma Bea, some nights the adults get together and skate. Nothing like when your brothers would visit. Charlie, it's really good they do this for the kids. Grandma Bea, it's just him and the boy now. It's so sad. Charlie, did someone die? Grandma Bea, no, she left him last year. He was devastated. They were very supportive. Charlie, we? The neighborhood gossip posse? Grandma Bea, the book club, which reminds me, we meet tomorrow and I have 2 chapters left to read. She gets up and takes a book from the side table. Grandma Bea, I'll be in the bedroom. Dinner in an hour. Charlie, what are you reading? Grandma Bea, Lessons in Chemistry. It's very good. It's about a woman that is very smart, very, very pretty, and different. Bea points to her. Charlie laughs. 1 out of 3. Grandma Bea, 3 out of 3. Bea pats her shoulder and walks away. The skating rink is suddenly aglow with light. Charlie sips her cocoa and watches the kids skate. Interior, Bea's house, day. Charlie surveys a closet full of winter outerwear. She grabs a coat, hat, ski pants, mittens, scarf, and boots. A bucket of pucks, skates, and hockey sticks hide in the back corner. Exterior lake, day. Under bright sunlight and glittering snow, Charlie, bundled in layers of warmth, trudges the icy path of the bay. She reaches the rink, notices a large house and yard behind it. Danny Landry, 6, hockey stick in hand, skates back and forth. She watches him skate. Charlie calls, "You've got a nice rink." He looks up at her, skates to her. Danny, "Thanks. My dad plows it when it snows." Charlie, "Hi, my name is Charlie. I'm visiting my grandma." She points to Bea's house. Danny, "I've never known a girl named Charlie." Charlie, "They named me Charlotte, but everyone calls me Charlie." Danny, "They named me Daniel, but everyone calls me Danny." Charlie smiles. Charlie, "You're a good skater, strong ankles." Danny, "I've been skating since I was 2. Dad says the secret is sharp blades." Charlie smiles. "Do you play on a team?" Danny, "Yeah, my dad played defense, but I want to be goalie." Charlie, "A goalie? Why?" Danny, "They're always on the ice. They play the whole game, and Dad says I'm real coordinated." Charlie smiles and nods. Charlie, "You'll be a good goalie." Danny, "But I gotta practice." Charlie, "Yeah, you do. It was nice meeting you, Danny." Showing off, he skates backward away from her. Danny, "See you around, Charlie." She waves as she walks away. Exterior, Muni, bar and grill, day. A quaint town surrounds an upscale building with several cars parked in a large lot. On the building, a sign reads, The Muni. B's car drives in and parks. Interior, Muni liquor store, continuous. Charlie, six-pack of beer in hand, joins B in front of the wine selection. Bonnie Jorgensen, 50s, gray bob, stocks the shelves a few feet away. B holds up a bottle of white wine to Bonnie. Grandma B, with pot roast, what do you think? Bonnie grabs a bottle of red from the shelf. Bonnie, you want a full-bodied red. B puts her bottle back, takes the bottle from Bonnie. Grandma B, we had so much fun at book club. Bonnie, great book. The wine was good too. Turns to Charlie. Who is this young lady? Grandma B, this is my granddaughter. She's here for a visit. Bonnie, is she the one that's filling in at the pull tab booth on weekends until Francie can find a new replacement? Wide-eyed, Charlie stares at B. Grandma B, well, that's the plan, but, well, I haven't got around to filling her in on the details. Bonnie, I can show her the ropes. To Charlie, come on. Bonnie heads out of the liquor store into the entry hallway of the restaurant. Charlie, to B, you didn't do this. Tell me you didn't do this. B ignores Charlie, follows Bonnie. At the pull tab booth, Bonnie, we usually have 5 active games. There is a money drawer under each box. When the game is closed out, you band the winning tickets, count the money, and match it with the corresponding pouch. At the end of your shift, you count the money and weigh the tickets. Write the number of winning tickets in the book and put all the pouches in the safe. Utterly confused, Charlie and B stare at Bonnie. Bonnie, of course you have to pay out the winning tickets. Charlie, in disbelief, nods. Bonnie, your shift runs from happy hour at 4 until 9, the end of the dinner rush. Francie will be here at 4 to get you started. Any questions? Charlie is speechless. Grandma B, I think we're good. 4 o'clock. Interior B's house, evening. Facing the lake view, the lighted ice rink in front of them, Charlie and B sit and sip wine. Grandma B, the pot roast was delicious, and Bonnie was right. This wine was perfect. Tomorrow night we'll have Italian. I wonder what she'll suggest. Maybe a Chianti? Charlie, what were you thinking when you told them I'd sell pull tabs? Grandma B, I thought that it was a great opportunity for you to socialize. Charlie, and buying the wine was how you'd get me to the liquor store and spring the pull tab bombshell on me. Grandma B, I wasn't sure about that part. Charlie nods and sips wine. Charlie, and who is Francie? Grandma B, she's in book club, a wonderful, dedicated person. She manages all the pull tab booths in town. All proceeds go to the youth hockey teams. She does a great job. Charlie, you thought with the hockey angle I'd do it. Grandma B, an opportunity you couldn't pass up. Charlie nods, drinks. Exterior, Muni Bar and Grill, night. It's snowing. The parking lot is packed. Through large windows we see a busy restaurant. Interior, Muni Bar and Grill, continuous. A hostess puts names on a waiting list from a queue of patrons. Servers bring food from the kitchen to tables. TV screens play sports. A boisterous crowd. In the hallway between the liquor store and restaurant, Charlie, hair in a ponytail, wearing jeans and a sweatshirt, waits on a customer buying pull tabs. At a table across the room, Danny, jacket and backpack on, his chair, sits quietly with his dad, Jack Landry, early 30s, handsome with sad eyes. They sit at a table with a group of guys shooting the shit. Danny looks bored until he notices Charlie in the pull tab booth. He taps Jack on the arm. Jack leans toward him. Danny, I see somebody I know. I'll be right back. Jack nods and gets back to the conversation with the guys. At the pull tab booth, Charlie organizes the shelf behind the counter. When finished, she turns around and Danny is staring at her. Danny, hi Charlie, I didn't know you worked here. Charlie, just started. How's practice going? Danny, I got a game on Wednesday. I think they're putting me in the net. Charlie, wow, let me know how that goes. Danny, I'm here with my dad, waiting for my mom. Charlie nods. looks into the restaurant. Jack and the group of guys stare back at her and Danny. Through the front door, Ellie Landry, early 30s, a stunningly beautiful woman, stomps her snowy boots. Danny and Charlie look over at her. Danny, "Hi, Mom. Are you staying or are we going?" Ellie, "We gotta go. The roads are getting bad. Get your backpack. Hurry, the car is running." Danny dashes away. Ellie waits, peers out the window. Charlie sneaks a peek at her. Danny hurries back with his jacket and backpack. Jack right behind him. They gather at the front door. Charlie pretends not to watch the whole scene. Danny struggles with his jacket. Ellie helps him. Ellie, to Jack, "I'll take him to school on Monday." Jack, "Okay, great. If you need anything." She nods, ushers Danny toward the door. Ellie, "Let's go, superstar." Danny, "Where's Laura?" Ellie, "She's waiting for us in the car." As she exits with Danny, a uniformed policeman enters from outside. As he walks past Jack, he points to him. Policeman, "You behave tonight." Jack gives him a timid salute. Charlie watches the policeman enter the liquor store and talk with Bonnie. When she looks back, Jack is still at the window, his back to her. She gives him the once-over, broad shoulders and tall. Interior, Bee's house, night. Bee sits in her chair by the sliding glass doors, sipping tea. The snow has stopped. In the distance, on the lighted ice rink, Jack drives an ATV and plows the rink. Charlie enters through the front door. The winter clothes come off. Grandma Bee calls, "How are the roads?" Charlie, "Not bad. The plows are out." Grandma Bee, "There's lemon ginger tea in the pot." Bee stretches her mug towards her. Grandma Bee, "I need a refill." At the sliding glass door, Charlie, with 2 mugs of tea, hands Bee one and takes the chair next to her. Grandma Bee, "How did it go?" Charlie, "You were right. Francie is wonderful. She explained everything, stayed till I knew what I was doing. Bonnie had it all screwed up, and I made $52 in tips." She struggles to find the money in her pocket. Grandma Bee, "You probably would have made more if you had shown more cleavage." Charlie slaps the money on the table. Charlie, "Actually, I thought of that." They laugh. Charlie settles into her chair and view. She looks over at the rink where Jack is plowing. Charlie, "I saw your neighbor tonight. He was with his son, Danny, and the mom." Stunned, Bee faces Charlie. Grandma Bee, "You saw Jack and Ellie together?" Charlie, "Not exactly. They were doing the custody handoff. She showed up to pick up Danny. They all ended up in the hallway pretty much in front of the pull-tab booth. I couldn't help but witness the whole exchange." Grandma Bee, "Wow, I haven't seen Ellie in over a year. When she left with her girlfriend, I thought he and the boy were on their own." They turn back to the window and watch Jack plow the rink. Grandma Bee, "How'd he seem?" Charlie, "Okay, maybe a little sad. I don't know the guy. Danny seemed fine." Grandma Bee, "Good. That's what counts." Charlie, "Who's this Laura?" Grandma Bee, "Ellie's girlfriend." Charlie, "Ellie left Jack for Laura? Wow." Grandma Bee, "Book club couldn't believe it." Charlie, "I can't either." Grandma Bee, "Just imagine if this would have happened in Hibbing." Charlie, "They both would have left town." Bee chuckles and yawns, gets up, mug in hand. Grandma Bee, "I'll start my new book and be asleep in 2 minutes." Charlie, "I'm still unwinding." Grandma Bee, "Lock the door." Charlie nods, her eyes fixed on Jack and the ATV as he leaves the rink and drives up the hill to the house. The lights on the rink go dark. Moonlight glows off the ice and snow. Interior, Bee's house later. In a darkened room, Charlie opens the closet of winter outerwear. She turns on a light. She paws through the coats to the back where skates, pucks, and sticks hide. Exterior, Bee's house, continuous. A bundled Charlie with hockey skates threaded on a hockey stick over her shoulder trudges through the snow to the newly plowed ice rink. She looks up the hill to Jack's house. Dark, no lights. When she reaches the dock, she sits, takes off her boots. On the ice rink, Charlie skates a slow, rhythmic pace around the outer rim. her breathing even and steady. Her pace intensifies along with her breathing. The blades slice through the ice. She's really moving. She slows and glides to the dock. She picks up the hockey stick, grabs a puck from a bucket, and drops it on the ice. She skates the rink, stick and puck in front of her, weaving back and forth until she gets to the net. She slams it in. It bounces back onto the ice. She picks up the rebound and slams it in again and again. She bends over in exhaustion, head to her knees, and slowly skates to the dock. She sits down and unlaces her skates. With the skates threaded through the hockey stick over her shoulder, she walks across the rink toward B's house. Interior, Muni Bar and Grill, night. At the pull tab booth, Charlie, dressed in a V-neck sweater, hair down, even a little makeup, pays out money to a winner. He stuffs dollars in a tip jar, walks away counting his money. Jack steps up to the counter. He gives her an eager stare. Charlie, a little nervous. Pull tab? He digs in his pocket, pulls out money. Jack, yeah. He lays a $5 bill on the counter. Charlie, how many? Jack, one. She grabs the $5 box and pulls out one ticket. Jack, how do you know Danny? Charlie, we met on the ice at the rink. He's a great kid. He nods in understanding. Jack, are you a neighbor? Charlie, no, just visiting my grandma. B. Again, he stares. She's uncomfortable. Jack, B. Bedard? You're Charlie Bedard? Charlie, yep, and you're Danny's dad. Jack, yes, Jack Landry. Charlie, thanks for plowing that walking path on the ice around the bay. She slides the pull tab ticket towards him on the counter. He looks at it. Charlie, hope you win. Jack, I'd like to talk to you. Charlie, about? Jack, Danny. Charlie looks around at people coming and going. Charlie, it's a busy time. Jack, not here. When you get off, I'll buy you a beer. Charlie, about your Danny? Jack, yeah, Danny. Charlie, okay. He turns, walks towards the restaurant. She calls to his back. Charlie, you forgot your ticket. Interior, Muni Bar and Grill later. Jack and Charlie sit across from each other at a table, beers in front of them. Charlie, did I do something wrong? Jack, no, I have a proposal. A cautious Charlie listens. Jack, Danny wants to be a goalie. Would you give him some lessons, coach him while you're here? I'll pay you. Charlie, how old is Danny? 5, 6? Jack, 6. Seems serious about it, though. She takes a drink of beer, thinks things through. Charlie, who is more serious about it, you or Danny? Jack, I'm not pushing him. Jack takes a drink. Charlie, I could make this easy on both of us and tell you I need to think about it, but I don't. I wouldn't put that pressure on my own 6-year-old, and I won't do it to yours. Jack takes another drink. Charlie, the main thing he needs right now is fun on the ice. Maybe it's in the net this week, maybe it's making goals next week, and ultimately he could end up doing play-by-play in the announcing booth. He's quite the talker. Jack gives a small smile, sighs, lowers his head. Jack, advice? Charlie, sure. At 6, he needs to learn the rules, how to work as a team, and practice. If he's having fun, he'll keep practicing. When he's practiced it enough, he'll start getting good at it, and then the real fun starts. Jack, he's had a rough year. He needs something now. Charlie, put goalie pads on him. Let him skate. Take some nice, easy shots at the net. Laugh with him. Encourage him. In the summer, give him a stick and a tennis ball and send him out on the driveway. That works wonders for puck and stick handling. If he's having fun, he'll keep doing it. Jack's sad eyes return. They both take a drink. Jack, thank you. I thought the power play would work. Charlie, power play? I see one-on-one here. Jack, I have Danny. She laughs. He laughs. Charlie. I hope I helped, both of you. Jack. You did. How long are you here? Charlie. Haven't decided. He looks at her with amazement. Embarrassed by his attention, she looks away. Charlie. I gotta go. Got a worried Grandma B at home. He nods. She gets up, puts on her coat. Jack. Hope to see you around. Charlie. You might. That's a nice walking path on that ice. She turns to leave. He watches her. She turns back. Charlie. Did you win? Jack. Win what? Charlie. The ticket. The pull tab. Jack laughs. No. Charlie. Too bad. Would have paid for my beer. He walks her walk away. Interior, B's house, day. The lenses of binoculars focus in on a bundled Charlie trudging along the ice path. She's blurred, then comes into focus. Carol, on speakerphone. Is she limping? Grandma B, off screen. Haven't seen any of that. However, I think she iced the knee a couple of days ago. I heard her getting ice from the freezer. Carol, on speakerphone. How's the job going? Grandma B, off screen. The second day, she wore blush and lip gloss. Carol, on speakerphone. The depression is lifting. Through the binoculars, Charlie takes her mittens off and fumbles for a phone in her pocket. Grandma B, to the phone. Looks like she got a phone call. Carol, on speakerphone. I bet it's Billy. Exterior lake, continuous. Charlie walks the path, the phone on her ear, tucked in her stocking cap. Charlie. How's it going with the Bruins? Billy, on phone. How's it going with Grandma B? Charlie. What's up? Billy, on phone. You been on the ice? Charlie looks around the bay, looks down at her feet. Charlie. I'm on the ice right now. He's speechless. She smiles. Billy, on phone. Put me on FaceTime. Show me. She winces, considers. Charlie. I'm not taking my mittens off. I'm walking. Billy, on phone. Once again, have you been on the ice? Charlie. Looks like Brother Buck passed the Charlie puck to Brother Billy. When can I expect the call from Brother Bobby? Billy. We care. Well? Charlie. A few days ago. Billy, on phone. Where? Charlie. The lake. It felt good. I pushed a little too hard. The ice wasn't the best. Skates were dull. Billy, on phone. If you're in the cold, you need heated sleeves on the knees. Charlie. Yeah, okay. Charlie looks up from the path. Danny skates on the rink. Charlie. I gotta go. I see someone I know. Billy, on phone. Who? She puts the phone in her pocket. Interior, B's house, continuous. B watches Charlie stop at the side of the rink. Grandma B. She's stopping to talk to the neighbor boy. Carol, on phone. That's good. The timer on B's stove buzzes. Grandma B. My cookies are done. Let me know what Billy says. She presses the end call on the phone. Exterior, lake, continuous. Charlie waves to Danny to catch his attention. He skates up to her, a little down, not his usual smile. Danny. I thought that was you. Charlie. Well, I knew it was you. She gets a smile from him. Danny. I got bad news. Coach didn't put me in as goalie. Put Robbie Burton in. He was goalie last year. I had to play defense. He knows my dad. Charlie. That's not bad news. Defense is a goalie's best friend. That's the protection squad. You need to learn what they can do, how they can do it, so you can work together and win the game. The easiest way to learn that is to play it. Danny. Makes sense. Maybe coach will let me be goalie at practice. Charlie. Ask him. Tell him you really, really, really want to be in the net. Danny. Does that work? Charlie. Every time. Danny gives her a big smile. Charlie laughs. Interior, Jack's car, night. Jack drives. Danny is in the front passenger seat. Jack turns into a strip mall. They both look for a parking spot. Danny sees Charlie enter a sporting goods store. Points. Danny. Dad, that's Charlie. Jack. Where? Jack spots her. She's carrying a pair of hockey skates. Interior, sporting goods store, continuous. Charlie checks out the assortment of knee sleeves. She grabs the heated knee sleeve package. Danny rushes up to her. Danny, I knew it was you. Charlie, surprised, looks around for his mom or dad and sees Jack. Jack looks down at the knee sleeve in her hand. Charlie, and you were right, just doing a little shopping. Danny, we get our skates sharpened here. Dad says it's the best. Jack, it is. Charlie looks over to the sharpening station. Jack follows her gaze. Charlie, thanks for the tip. Danny, I got an idea. We're going for pizza. You want to come? I always get pepperoni. To Jack, Daddy, can she come? An overwhelmed Charlie looks at Jack, big smile on his face. Jack, that's a great idea. Charlie, sorry guys, I got plans. Danny, it's really, really, really good pizza. Charlie laughs. Charlie, maybe next time. Jack nudges Danny. Jack, come on, sport. Let's let the gal shop and get her skates sharpened. They walk toward the door. Jack looks back at her, winks. Interior, B's house, later. Charlie enters the front door, puts ice skates in the closet, a bag on an entry table, takes off her coat. She inhales. Charlie calls. Something smells good. Grandma B calls back. Chili. In the kitchen. At the stove, B stirs a pot of chili. Charlie opens the refrigerator, takes out a beer, pops the top, takes a swig. Charlie, I'm glad it's chili. I turned down pizza. Grandma B, pizza? Charlie, yeah, with your ice rink neighbors. Grandma B, Jack asked you out? Charlie, actually, Danny asked me. Jack was with him, running errands, and I bumped into them. Grandma B, you should have gone. Chili will keep. Charlie sits down at the counter, sips her beer. Charlie, it's just a little too complicated over there. I mean, you've the extremely beautiful wife, or is it ex-wife? The girlfriend of the ex-wife, or do I mean partner? The custody stuff, the hockey stuff, and then there's the guy with the sad eyes. Charlie gets up and wanders over to the sliding glass doors. She looks over to Jack's house. Charlie, that's a big house, a nice big house. What does he do for a living? B joins her at the window. Both examine the house. Grandma B, he works for the state. Sometimes he travels. I believe he's some sort of engineer. Charlie, smart and complicated. Not sure that's what I'm looking for. Grandma B, the smart engineer with the sad eyes is kind of good looking. Charlie, and tall. Grandma B, well, what is it that you are looking for? Charlie's eyes still on Jack's house, takes a drink of beer. Charlie, chili. Grandma B, thank God I made chili. Interior, Muni Bar and Grill, night. Charlie, looking good in her pull tab booth, pulls tabs out of a box and lays them on the counter. A customer pays her. Charlie, good luck. Customer, thanks. Last time you pulled for me, I won. Customer walks away. Bonnie bounds out of the liquor store with a brownie on a plate and a cup of coffee. She sets the brownie on Charlie's counter. Charlie smiles and ogles it. Bonnie, I made double Dutch brownies with dark chocolate chunks. Charlie, what's the occasion? Bonnie hands Charlie the coffee. Bonnie, I bring treats every now and then. You do like chocolate. Charlie nods as she takes a bite of the brownie. Bonnie, how's the job going? Charlie, good, nice people, and I'm making a little money. Bonnie, Francie hasn't found anyone to cover the shift yet, but she has a lead. She was hoping you can hang in there. Charlie, keep bringing the treats and we're good. Charlie takes a sip of coffee, puts it down on the counter. Charlie, tentative. A cop came in here my first night, went into the liquor store and talked to you. Is there anything I should know? I'm kind of a sitting duck out there. Bonnie laughs. That's my nephew. He drops in every now and then to check on me. About a year ago, we had some trouble. A customer got drunk, got rowdy, got in a fight, but everything is good now. Like you said, we've got nice people. Charlie, a fight? Bonnie, yeah, that poor Landry boy. When the wife left, he was a bit of a mess. Charlie, Danny Landry? Bonnie, puzzled. No, Danny, no, Jack. Charlie gives a knowing nod. Bonnie, but if you ever feel something isn't right, you just give me a holler. I'll call my nephew. Bonnie sees a customer at the liquor store checkout. Bonnie, duty calls. Bonnie hustles back to the liquor store. Charlie, a fight. Interior, B's house, day. B and Bobby Bedard, athletic build, relaxed demeanor, one of the triplets, sit in front of the sliding glass doors, the lake view before them, people and dogs walking the path. He's eating a sandwich and she's having a cup of tea. Grandma B, I'm so excited that you'll be near me. When will you hear if you got the job? Bobby, a couple of weeks. Holly and the kids want it so bad. We'll be closer to her folks. Beat, how's Charlie doing? The truth. Grandma B, she gets up in the morning, likes the job, eats good. Bobby, Billy said she's been on the ice. Grandma B, I didn't know that. The front door opens. Grandma B, she's back. Charlie walks into the kitchen, sets 2 bags of groceries on the counter. Grandma B calls, did you get the sauerkraut for the Rubens? Charlie sees Bobby and B at the window. Charlie, yeah, I got it. B jumps up and hustles to the kitchen and the groceries. Charlie takes B's chair next to Bobby. Charlie, did something happen? Bobby, yep, had a job interview at the U of M. They're expanding their hockey player development department. I applied, they called, I interviewed. Charlie, you're giving up teaching biology and coaching the Rosso Rams? Bobby, it's a wait and see, but that's the plan. They talked a lot about watching the 3 brothers play hockey. I'm pretty sure I have it. She sits back, pondering the news. He waits. Charlie, I'm happy for you and Holly. I know she doesn't like the winters up there, and you'll do a great job for the Gophers. Bobby, I can check to see if they have anything open in women's hockey. Charlie glances over at a busy Bee in the kitchen. Charlie, I'll think about it. They'll want a degree. Bobby nods, gestures with his thumb out to the lake. Bobby, how about we take a little hike? Exterior lake, continuous. Bobby and Charlie, in winter gear, walk the busy path. Charlie, go ahead, give me the lecture. Bobby, why not go back to school? Charlie, I don't have it in me. Bobby, you can do it this time. They walk in silence. Charlie, head down, 1 foot in front of the other. Charlie, growing up, all I ever wanted to be was on the ice and in the net. Can't do that anymore. And the family can't fix that. I don't want the family to fix that. I want to fix that. Bobby, I know it seems like we're pushing you, but in your own way, you're screaming for help. Interior, B's house, continuous. B watches them through the binoculars. Exterior, lake, continuous. Bobby and Charlie trudge on, the empty rink in the distance. Charlie, you're going to tell the story, aren't you? Bobby, yes. She nods, sighs. Bobby, Mom was pregnant with the 3 of us when Dad finally finished school. He did pretty good for a hockey player from a small Minnesota town, but his grades weren't good. The only job offer he got was from Hibbing. They needed a shop teacher and a hockey coach. He did that job for 35 years. He loved his students. He loved the ice. And he was grateful he could help all those kids. And when he died, people lined up for blocks around the church to say goodbye to Coach Bedard. Charlie, I know all this. Bobby, I think you've forgotten all this. Charlie, I haven't forgotten a thing. They walk on. He lets her think it through. They stop at the empty rink, the empty net at the far end. Charlie, I know you care. The whole family cares. They're all worried because Charlie's just not herself. They're afraid I'm losing it. And maybe I am. What's ahead for me is a fog. That's all I see. I don't know what I want, and I don't know what to do about it. Bobby, you know there is an answer. Get back on the ice. You'll find it there. Charlie, for me the ice will never be the same, and I don't like that. Bobby, you're angry. Charlie, at times. Bobby, like right now, at me. She gives him a very small smile. Bobby, we boys seem to have inherited Mom's needy chatter, but you are like Dad, a calm, steady mind and a big heart. Charlie, well, his big heart isn't much help right now, and neither is mine. Bobby, The ice is the answer. It's been chasing you since you were born, and it's not going to let you go. And like it never let Dad go. And people loved him for it. Charlie pulls out a tissue and blows her nose. Bobby starts walking. Bobby, come on. You know she's up there making hot chocolate. Charlie, it's cocoa. Bobby, that's right, it's cocoa. Interior, B's house continuous. At the window, B sets down the binoculars. Grandma B, they'll want cocoa. Exterior, lake, night. Bright moonlight reflects off the snow and ice. Charlie, hockey stick and skates on her shoulder, makes her way to the rink. She looks up at Jack's house. No lights. At the dock. Skates on, she grabs her stick and drops a puck onto the ice. Stick in hand, she skates the outer ring of the rink. Slow at first, then picking up speed. She comes full circle, and without stopping, she pulls the puck with the stick and weaves it back and forth as she skates the length of the rink. When she gets to the open net, she shoots the puck into the net. Charlie, she shoots, she scores. She picks up the puck and skates back to the dock. She tosses the puck back into the bucket, puts her stick on the dock, sits down, her back to the house, and unlaces her skates. As she slips on her boots, the rink lights go on. She feels feet on the dock coming her way. Charlie, shit, shit, shit. In a hurry, she grabs her skates and stick and heads out on the ice headed toward B's house. Jack calls, I thought that was you. She turns around. He's standing at the end of the dock. Charlie, you caught me. He gives her a confused look. Jack, you don't have to sneak to use the rink. You can skate anytime. I'll even turn the lights on. Charlie, great, thanks. She keeps walking on the rink back to the path. Jack calls to her. Hey, Bedard, I owe you a pizza. She smiles, lifts her stick, waves it, and keeps walking. Jack smiles, even his eyes. Interior, B's house, day. There is a knock at the front door. B hustles from the kitchen, wiping her hands on an apron. She opens the door. Jack stands on her doorstep. Grandma B, well, hello, come in, come in. He smiles. She swings the door wide. He enters. Jack, it's good to see you. I hear you have company. Grandma B, yes, we're having a good time. He looks past her into the house. Jack, is Charlie here? Grandma B, she went to get the oil changed and the tires rotated. We're crossing things off the to-do list. Jack, it's great she's helping you out. I was going to ask her to grab a pizza tonight, maybe another day? Without missing a beat, Grandma B, she'd love to go. Jack, really? Grandma B, yes, of course. Jack, okay, tell her 7 o'clock at the Pizza Palace. Grandma B, she'll be there. Jack, that was easy. You take care of yourself, B. He leaves. B shuts the door, leans against it. Grandma B, I'd better call Carol. In the kitchen, B stands at the counter chopping vegetables, the phone on speaker. Grandma B, tell me I did the right thing. Carol, on speakerphone, you did the right thing, but what exactly did you say? Grandma B, that she'd love to meet him at the Pizza Palace at 7 o'clock. That's about it. And then he left. Carol, on speakerphone, good. Now this is what you say to her. Interior, B's house, later. Charlie comes in the front door. The house is quiet. She hangs up her jacket, takes off her boots, puts keys on the entry table. Charlie, Grandma, the car is in tip-top shape. Beat, are you here? She wanders into the kitchen, feels the warm kettle, grabs a mug and a tea bag, pours water into the mug, and makes her way down a hall. She knocks on a closed door. Charlie, Grandma, everything okay? Grandma B, everything is fine. Come on in. Charlie enters. B is reading in bed. Charlie, you're not sick, are you? Grandma B, just a little tired. Thought I'd make some progress on the new book. Charlie, if you're tired, I can pick something up for dinner. Grandma B, well, that's not necessary. The most wonderful thing happened today. Charlie finds a chair and sips her tea. Charlie, and what was that? Grandma B, my neighbor, you know, Jack, came over. Charlie, what for? Grandma B, he was looking for you. Charlie, why? Grandma B. To have pizza tonight. Charlie. Here? Grandma B. No, nothing like that. You're meeting him at the Pizza Palace at 7 o'clock. Charlie. Oh, really? Grandma B. Well, if that's not okay, you can drive to the Pizza Palace at 7 and tell him. Charlie stares at B. Charlie. Unbelievable. Grandma B. The socializing is good for you. Interior, Grandma B's house, evening. B sits in the kitchen sipping a bowl of hot soup. The phone next to her on the counter on speaker. Grandma B. She left about 10 minutes ago. Carol, on speakerphone. How'd she look? Grandma B. She had on the V-neck sweater and jeans, and I'm pretty sure mascara and lip gloss. Carol, on speakerphone. Wow, she'll stay for the pizza. You did good. Exterior, Pizza Palace, night. The Pizza Palace is in a strip mall. Nothing fancy. Charlie drives B's car into the parking lot and parks. Interior, Pizza Palace, continuous. Danny and Jack wait by the front door looking out the window. Jack holds a to-go pizza box. Through the window, Danny sees Charlie get out of B's car. He nudges Jack and points. Danny, there she is. There's Charlie. Jack, where? Danny, she's almost to the door. They both stare at the door. It opens. Charlie walks in. Charlie stops cold and stares back at her welcoming committee. Her eyes travel to the boxed pizza in Jack's hand. Charlie, looks like I'm a little late. Darn. Danny, you're not late. That pizza is for me and Mom. She's picking me up. It's our night together. Jack glances at the parking lot. A car pulls up to the door. Charlie, oh, maybe I should go. And Jack, to Danny, Mom's here. To Charlie, I'll be right back. Jack and Danny head out to the car. Danny is almost out the door, but calls back to Charlie. Danny, get the pepperoni. It's the #1 seller. Jack yanks him by the arm, and they're out the door. Charlie moves to the window and watches. Exterior, Pizza Palace, continuous. Jack walks up to the Ellie's driver's side window. The window goes down. Beautiful Ellie is driving. He passes her the pizza box. Danny hurries, opens the door to the back seat and gets in. Ellie, I'll bring him to school tomorrow morning. Jack, thanks. Jack peers in through the window to the back seat. Jack, to Danny, see you tomorrow, bud. Danny gives a quick wave as he struggles with the seatbelt. Jack heads back to the Pizza Palace. Interior, Ellie's car, continuous. Ellie drives away through the parking lot. Ellie, all buckled up? Danny, yep. Dad's having pizza with Charlie. I told them the pepperoni is a winner. Ellie, Charlie? Danny, she's a neighbor. She's really nice. Interior, Pizza Palace, continuous. Charlie is still looking out the window as Jack enters. He waits for her to say something, anything. She turns and looks at him. Charlie, she's very pretty. Jack, yeah? Pizza? Charlie, well, now that I'm here, we better get the pepperoni. Jack chuckles. You sure? Charlie, yeah, it's the #1 seller. Jack, a pitcher of beer? Charlie, yeah, I'm sure that's a #1 seller too. Jack, I'll order, you find a table. He heads to the counter to place the order. Charlie watches him walk away. At the table, Charlie sits in a small booth with plates, napkins, and silverware already on the table. Her coat on the seat next to her. Jack sets a pitcher of beer, 2 glasses on the table. He takes off his coat and sits down. Jack, should be about 25 minutes. Charlie pours beer into the 2 glasses. Charlie, to Grandma B. She lifts her glass. Jack lifts his glass. They click. They take a sip. Jack, to be honest, I wasn't sure who I'd be having pizza with, you or B. Charlie, she said if I didn't want to have pizza with you, I had to come at 7 and tell you. Jack, and you got here, and we're having pizza. Charlie smiles and drinks. He takes a drink. Jack, question, why does everyone call you Charlie if your name is Charlotte? Charlie, Danny told you that. Jack nods, smiles. Charlie, my brothers were disappointed I wasn't a boy. Just started calling me Charlie. Eventually, everyone did, even my parents. Charlie, Jack, I'm just surprised they didn't name you a B name like Bobby, Billy, and Buck. Charlie, the only B name is Buck, and I'm sure it's because it rhymes with puck. The other two are Richard and William, but we never call them that. Jack laughs. Well, when your brothers were in the NHL, they were amazing to watch, especially when they played against each other. It was just crazy how they could anticipate each other's moves, outsmart each other. My high school team would throw a party just to watch them. She's quiet, watches him talk about her brothers. Jack. It would really have been something if they would have all been signed to the same team. Unstoppable. Beat. What are they doing now? Charlie. Buck scouts for Montreal. Billy is with the Bruins. I'm not sure what he does. Probably anything they let him do. Bobby teaches high school and coaches. But it looks like he'll be with the Gophers soon. Jack. And what's going on for you since the Olympics? She takes a gulp of beer. Charlie. Not too much. Jack. I saw what happened. That was tough. But you're skating. You look good. Charlie. I'll never be in the net again. He nods, takes a gulp. Jack. I'm sorry I brought all this up. Charlie. Not a problem. The brothers talk always happens. I'm glad we got it out of the way. He nods. A server sets a pizza down on the table. Server. Enjoy. Charlie grabs 2 plates, hands one to Jack. They dig in. Charlie. Now it's my turn. Jack. I don't like the sound of this. Charlie. What's with you and the cops? He stops, a puzzled look on his face. Jack. The cops? Charlie. My first night at the pull tabs, that cop came in, pointed to you. She points. You behave. Jack. Oh, yeah, the cops. Charlie. Looks like it's coming back to you. Jack takes a drink of beer, sighs, looks away. Jack. I'm not sure where to start. Charlie. You don't have to tell me anything, just curious. Jack. I want to. Deep breath. About a year ago, I came back from a two-week highway job in southern Minnesota. I'm a civil engineer and work for a company that occasionally gets state contracts. Anyway, I got home, and Laura was there with Ellie. Danny was at a friend's. They sat me down. Ellie told me she was leaving me for Laura. They were moving in together. I couldn't believe it. I thought she was kidding. I knew they were friends, but not like that. I hadn't even heard rumors. Charlie listens, nods. She watches his eyes get sad. Jack. So many unanswered questions. What was going to happen with Danny, the house? We both love the house. I won't leave the house, the lake, the boat. It's a way of life I love. It was intense. Deep breath. I was drinking with some guys. They started in with jokes about Ellie, Laura, and me. It got bad. I couldn't take it. I started throwing punches. Charlie. And you got sent to the penalty box. Jack. Exactly. Not a proud moment in my life. It's on the internet. Charlie. Thanks for the tip. I'll Google you. He smiles. Charlie. But you got through it. Jack. Sort of. It's not settled. We're both just kicking it down the road. The lawyers are making big money. We've mastered politeness, mostly for Danny's sake. Charlie. You still love her. Jack. I love what we had, but that's gone. Charlie. I know how that feels. Jack pushes his plate away. There's pizza left on the pan. Jack. I'll get a box. Bring this to B. Charlie. She'll love that. Later. A small box of pizza is on the cleared table. The pitcher is empty. Very little beer in the glasses. Jack. Thanks for the talk. Charlie. You're welcome. He leans back, looks at her, ponders, starts to say something, stops, takes a breath. Jack. You don't seem real shocked about Ellie and Laurel. Most people are. Charlie. Really? I guess I've just been in a lot of locker rooms, seen a lot, heard a lot. He looks intently at her. He nods. Charlie. You want to ask me something, don't you? Go ahead. She smiles. He looks down, frowns. Jack. Are you... Well, I just need to know if... Charlie. I like guys. Well, most guys. There have been times when I have hated my brothers. He gives her a big smile. She grabs her coat off the seat, stands and puts it on. Charlie. Time for me to go. He nods, stands, puts on his coat. Jack. Let's skate. Charlie finishes putting on her coat. Charlie. No, it's too cold. They walk to the door to leave. Jack. You got those heated knee sleeves. You got your skates sharpened. You're set. I'll turn the lights on. Charlie, you're very observant. Jack, in general, obviously not. About you, yes. They walk outside. Exterior, Pizza Palace continuous. She heads to her car. He follows. Jack, come on. Charlie, no, it's too cold. She opens the car door and gets in. She starts the engine. Jack, okay, the first night it's above 20 degrees, I'll turn on the lights. Charlie, I gotta think about it. Jack, Danny goes to bed at 8:30. Let's skate together. He smiles at her all the way to his eyes and walks away. Charlie calls. Jack! He turns. Charlie, tell Danny that the pepperoni pizza was really, really, really good. He gives her the thumbs up. Charlie, you've got to say really 3 times. You got that? He gives her 2 thumbs up. She shuts the car door. Interior, B's house, later. Charlie enters, the pizza box in hand. The house is quiet. She takes off her coat and boots. The refrigerator door opens and she slides the pizza box onto a shelf. She walks to the glass doors that face the lake. The ice rink is dark. Jack's house is dark. Interior, B's house, B's bedroom, continuous. In bed, B lifts her head off the pillow. She looks at the clock on the nightstand. It's 10:15. Interior, B's house, Charlie's bedroom, night. Charlie, propped up in bed, phone in hand, thumbs through pages on the screen. The clock on the nightstand reads 1 o'clock. Interior, B's house, day. In the kitchen, B pours a cup of coffee. She carries it down a hall and knocks on a closed door. Grandma B, Charlie, time to get up. She peeks in and sees Charlie sleeping. She walks in, sets the coffee on the nightstand, and opens the blinds. Grandma B, rise and shine. My beauty shop appointment is in 45 minutes. Charlie lifts her head, looks at the clock. 11:45. Grandma B, I need you to drive me. Charlie, where? Grandma B, to the beauty shop. Coffee on the nightstand. B leaves, shuts the door behind her. Interior, beauty shop, day. At the check-in counter, a pretty young girl scrolls a computer screen as B watches. Charlie finds a chair and takes out her phone. Young girl, oh, here you are, B. Bedard. A cut and color. And is there a Charlie Bedard with you? Charlie looks up from her phone. Charlie, I'm here. Young girl, you have a cut and highlights. And then it looks like you both have pedicures. Follow me. She turns and walks down a hallway. Charlie is immobile, dumbfounded. Grandma B, come on, they're waiting for us. Charlie, pedicures? Grandma B, you'll love it. B follows the young girl down the hall. Charlie gets up. At the pedicure station, B and Charlie sit in huge electronic chairs, feet soaking in a bubbling foot tub, sipping some sort of fruit drink. Their hair looks great. Charlie, next stop, the Bahamas? Grandma B, a winter pedicure is such a treat. You'll see. Charlie, no one sees my feet. Grandma B, that could change. Charlie, we talked and had pizza. Grandma B, and thank you for bringing me the leftovers. It was delicious. Charlie, it was good, but don't be thinking that something can happen here. He's in a crazy mess right now. I mean, he's still married. I don't want to dip my pedicured toe in that. B laughs. Grandma B, oh, I didn't know. Charlie, the book club didn't cover that? Grandma B, they will now. Charlie shakes her head. Grandma B, must have been a late night. You slept in. Charlie, I was on the internet checking him out. Nice guy, but no, I got enough of my own stuff. Grandma B, at least you got out of the house. Charlie, yes, you got me out of the house. Interior, B's car, later. Charlie in the driver's seat starts the car. B sits next to her. Charlie, where to now, moneybags? Grandma B, there's winter clothing sales. I thought we could find you some new sweaters. Charlie, do you know how many sweaters I have in Hibbing? Grandma B, exactly, in Hibbing. You need something new to wear to work. Charlie, pull-tab booth? Grandma B, or socializing. Charlie backs out of the parking space. Interior, B's house, Charlie's bedroom, night. Charlie in sweats takes 2 sweaters from a bag. She folds them and puts them in a drawer. Her phone rings. She looks at the screen. Mom, Carol. She presses the speaker button. Charlie, everything okay? Carol, on speakerphone. I was just going to ask you that. Charlie gets comfortable on the bed. Charlie, you know I'm fine. You know I had pizza last night with Bee's neighbor, Jack. You know I went to a beauty shop, and you know I have 2 new sweaters. Carol, on speakerphone. Send me a picture of the new look. I heard cut and highlights. Charlie, I will. It looks good. Carol, on speakerphone. Just heard from Bobby. The Gophers contacted him today. Charlie, and? Carol, on speakerphone. He's in the top 2 for the job. He and Holly are very excited. Charlie, he'll get it, and he'll do a great job. I'm happy for them. Charlie sinks back on the pillow in thought. Carol, on speakerphone. Prayers answered. Beat. I ran into Eddie Finstad today. He asked how you were, if you got a job, and if you're still depressed, and if you're coming back to Hibbing. I said, fine, yes, her spirits are good, and I don't know. Charlie smiles a little, very little. Charlie, perfect. Beat. Hey, listen, I'm going to get a cup of tea and hit the hay. I'm tired. Carol, on speakerphone. Don't forget the picture. Charlie, got it. Night, Mom. Charlie puts the phone in her pocket. In the kitchen, Charlie pours hot water into a mug with a tea bag. She goes to the sliding glass doors, looks out to a darkened lake and rink, then Jack's house. Lights on in the 2nd story. She pulls her phone from her pocket, thumbs working. A weather page comes up, temperature 16 degrees. She puts the phone back in her pocket. Interior, Muni Bar and Grill, night. The place is practically empty. Charlie, wearing a new sweater and hairdo, stands near the entry, looking out the window. Blinding snow blurs the view. Bonnie, wearing a coat, boots, and cap, joins her. Bonnie, this is only going to get worse. We're closing up early. You got an all-wheel drive? Charlie, yeah, I'll be fine. Will we be open tomorrow? Bonnie, absolutely. It's supposed to warm up. Probably melt some of this. Drive carefully. Bonnie makes her way out of the door. Charlie watches her trudge to her car. Interior, Grandma B's car, moments later. Charlie drives carefully through snowy, deserted streets. She passes a blinking sign on a building that flashes time and temperature. 9:15, 25 degrees. Interior, Grandma B's house, moments later. Charlie enters, stomps her boots, takes her coat off, puts keys on an entry table. Grandma B calls, "You made it home. I was worried." Charlie, "We closed early." In the kitchen, Charlie makes a cup of tea, then makes her way to the glass doors. She sits down next to B, sipping tea, facing the lake. The rink is lit. Jack is plowing. Charlie, "You should be in a warm bed." Grandma B, "I was a little worried about Jack. He's been plowing for the last 2 hours. He did the walking path first, and now he's on the rink. He always waits for the snow to stop. It's a little odd." Charlie, "Well, if he waits for tomorrow, it will be too warm to plow. He'll ruin the ice on the rink." Charlie leans back in her chair. They watch him plow. Grandma B, "Now that you're home safe and sound, I'm going to bed." She gets up, cup in hand, and heads for the bedroom. Charlie sips tea and watches Jack clear the rink. Interior, Grandma B's house, day. Charlie looks out onto the lake, cup of coffee in hand. Water drips off the roof from the eaves of the house. An outdoor temperature gauge reads 35 degrees. Exterior, lake, day. Warm, bright sunlight reflects off new snow. Charlie walks the plowed path with others. She gets to the empty rink and stops and checks out Jack's quiet house and yard. She takes off her mitten and smooths the ice with her hand, puts her mitten back, and walks away. Interior, Grandma B's car, afternoon. Charlie drives through snowy, busy streets. She passes the blinking sign of a time and temperature, 3:45, 32 degrees. Interior, Muni Bar and Grill, night. Both the liquor store and restaurant are busy. Charlie, wearing her new sweater and hairdo, sells pull tabs to a line of customers. She glances at the entry when the door opens. She reaches in her pocket for her phone. Thumbs to a weather page. Temperature 30 degrees. Interior, B's car, night. Charlie drives past the flashing time and temperature sign. 10:10, 26 degrees. Interior, B's house, night. Charlie enters the quiet, dark house. She listens for B. Nothing. She takes off her boots and puts the keys on the table. Like a magnet, she is drawn to the glass doors. Lights reflect off the newly refrozen ice. On skates, moving pretty good, Jack pushes a puck around the rink with a hockey stick. She watches him move. Exterior, lake, moments later. With a hockey stick and skates on her shoulder, a bundled Charlie makes her way on the walking path and to the rink. Jack sees her walking toward the rink, slows but keeps skating. She crosses the rink, puts the stick in the snow, sits down on the dock. She takes off her boots, puts on her skates. He glances at her, keeps skating, a smirk on his face. She laces up her skates and skates over to him. He lets her catch up. They skate around the rink. Jack, you showed up. Charlie, the lure of the ice. Jack, I'd like to think it's the lure of Jack Landry. Charlie, you can think anything you want. Jack laughs. You don't give much. Charlie, too much time in the net defending my territory. He nods. They skate in sync with each other. Jack, what was your nick on the ice? Charlie, I've had a few. The first one was Creeping Charlie. In grade school, when the action was on the other end of the ice, unknowingly, I'd creep out of the net to see what was going on and when they were coming my way. The coach would scream, Creeping Charlie, get back in the net. It didn't take long, and the whole team was calling me Creeping Charlie. Jack, better than mine. My first was Jack Shit. Charlie laughs. Grade school kids like to say shit. Jack, yep. What came after Creeping Charlie? Charlie, when I got height, I was the biggest on the team. I'd put on the pads and face gear, and I became Charlie Horse. Not my favorite. Jack, I got height before muscle. Pretty skinny. I was Jack Knife. She laughs out loud. Charlie, in college, it was Good Time Charlie. Jack, you were a party girl. Charlie, I like to have fun on the ice and off. Jack, I was Jack in the Box. Charlie, I'm thinking penalty box. Jack, flirting, you can think anything you want. She shakes her head, not taking the bait. Charlie, the last one I had was the captain. The Olympics, my favorite. Jack, and my last one was Jack the Zipper. Charlie, 'cause you zipped around on the ice? Jack, flirting, you can think anything you want. He picks up speed. She catches up to him. Jack, how about a little one-on-one? See if I can embarrass you. Charlie, why would I do that? Jack, sounds like you're scared of a guy that used to play defense in college. She skates to the dock. He follows. She picks up her stick, hands him his, tosses a puck on the ice. Charlie, let's go, loser. He snatches the puck with his stick and takes off. She watches him go, hangs back. When he looks over his shoulder to see where she is, she swoops in and takes the puck away from him. He catches up and they battle. His height and reach, her speed, back and forth, both of them loving the duel. She is relentless, he tires. Jack, okay, show off. She slows and they skate together. Charlie, I tried to warn you. They skate past the net. Jack, that net looks a little lonely. Charlie, no. Jack, come on, give me something to brag about. Charlie, no pads, no helmet? No. Jack, I'll keep it on the ice. Charlie, of course you will. You can't get it off the ice. Jack, that too. Come on, Charlie, it'll be good for you. She's quiet, thinking. Jack, it will be something for me to brag about. Charlie, you'll have nothing to brag about because you can't get by me. Jack, we'll never know if you don't get in that net. Charlie, I don't need to get in the net to know that. Jack, but I do. They skate in silence. She sighs. Charlie, when I say stop, it's stop. He smiles. Jack, of course. She skates away and gets in the net. She settles in, scrapes her skates back and forth, hits the bars with her stick. Charlie, keep it on the ice. Jack, not a problem. He takes the puck with his stick and skates away, attempts some fancy stick handling, and then heads for the net. He tries to fake her out by skating in back of the net and stuff it in the corner as he comes in front of her. She easily punches it out onto the ice. Charlie, nice try. He retrieves the puck and zigzags back and forth in front of her, attempting the element of surprise. He shoots. She handles the shot with ease, smirks, enjoying the fun. Charlie, was that Jack the Zipper? He regroups and charges at the net with more intent. Shoots. She deflects the shot, bouncing it back onto the ice. He comes at her again. Shoots. She stops it. He shoots again and again. He misses the net. The puck hits the side metal bar with a ding. Flashback. At the Olympics, the puck hits the high bar with a ding and goes in. The red light twirls like on a police car. Back to the rink. She jolts with the memory. Charlie, stop! He picks up the puck with his stick and comes toward her for another shot. Jack, come on, one more, Charlie. I said stop! She's rattled, leaves the net and skates toward the dock. He skates after her. Jack, Charlie, I'm sorry. I was just having fun. I'm really sorry. She slows, but is still turned away from him. He's within a stick length. He reaches his stick out to her and pulls her to him with the curved part. Reluctantly, she lets him. He pulls her close, his stick behind her and hers behind him. She rests her head on his chest. He puts his chin on the top of her head. He kisses the top of her stocking cap. She melts into him. Jack, when did you know? Charlie, when you called me Bedard. Jack, hey Bedard, I owe you a pizza. She nods. He's smiling up to his eyes. Charlie, when did you know? Jack, when you waved goodbye with your stick. He pulls her tight. Charlie, Jack, I'm in over my head. Jack, so am I. They absorb the reality of the moment and the crazy embrace. Jack, let's go up to the house. Charlie, but Danny, what about Danny? Jack, he sleeps like a rock. Charlie, I don't want him to know. Jack, he won't. And when you say stop, it's stop. She nods. Jack looks around. Jack, and all the neighbors have binoculars. She pulls away from him. He grabs her mitten. Jack, I got to get these lights out. Interior B's house, continuous. B stands at the glass doors. Through binoculars, B watches the rink. The 2 pairs of skates are abandoned at the end of the dock. The lights go off. Interior, B's house, later. Charlie, with extreme caution, enters the house. She listens. Nothing. She tiptoes past B's bedroom. She quietly opens her bedroom door and slips in. Interior, B's bedroom, continuous. B lifts her head off the pillow and checks the clock. It's 2:35. She smiles, puts her head back on the pillow and closes her eyes. Interior, B's house, day. The house is quiet. Sunlight pours through the glass doors. Charlie, in sweats, enters the kitchen. She looks like she just got up. She pours herself a cup of coffee. She picks up a note on the counter. Gone to the grocery store, B. She wanders to the glass doors, looks over at the empty rink. Her phone rings. She picks it up, looks at the screen. It's Billy. She sits down. She taps the phone, puts the call on speaker, sets the phone on the table next to the chair. Charlie, what's up? Billy, on speakerphone. How's the heat on the knees? Charlie, good. Billy, on speakerphone. What was the temperature? Charlie, 26. Billy, on speakerphone. Who's the guy? Mom said you were skating with some guy. Charlie's eyes fall on the binoculars sitting next to B's chair. Charlie, it's his rink. Billy, on speakerphone. Way to go. Is he any good? Charlie, what? Billy, on speakerphone. Skating. Is he any good? Charlie, played in college. Billy, on speakerphone. Hey, I gotta go. Told Mom I'd check on you. You know how she is. You take care. Charlie stares at the phone as it goes blank. The binoculars, the rink, Charlie. Grandma B. Interior B's house later. B comes in the front door, groceries in her arms. She slips off her boots. Grandma B calls, Charlie, Charlie, can you get the other 2 bags from the car? She makes her way to the kitchen, puts the bag of groceries on the counter. Grandma B calls, Charlie! No answer. She looks over at the glass doors, makes her way to them. Out on the rink, Charlie skates alone. B smiles. Interior, Muni, liquor store, afternoon. Charlie enters dressed for work at the pull-tab booth. She makes her way down an aisle until she reaches Bonnie, stacking shelves. Charlie, What's up? You need help? Bonnie places the bottles in her hands on the shelf and gives Charlie her full attention. Bonnie, thank you for coming. The gal working weekdays now wants weekends. Francie found someone to cover weekdays, but she can't come in tonight because of such short notice. And now we've got tonight covered with you. We're set. Charlie, well, good. Happy to help. Charlie turns to go to the pull tab booth, but turns back. Charlie, so this is my last night then? Bonnie, yep. If I had known, I would have baked something to celebrate. Charlie, a little sad. That would have been nice. Interior, Muni Bar and Grill, night. The restaurant is busy. Charlie counts out money to a winner. Jack comes in the door and walks up to Charlie. Charlie, Jack, how'd you know I was working? Jack, B. Charlie, of course. Is something wrong? Jack, no, nothing like that. I need to talk to you. How about a beer when you get off? Charlie, I would love that. Jack, great. I've got to drop Danny off at Ellie's, so I'll see you later. Charlie, can't wait. She watches his tall, strong back as he hurries out the door. Interior, Muni Bar and Grill, later. Jack, with a beer, sits at a table where he can see Charlie at the pull tab booth. She's counting money and closing up. She walks toward him and sits down. Jack, busy night? Charlie, yeah, pretty good. A server sets a beer down in front of her. Jack, to server, thanks. Charlie, is everything okay with Danny? Jack, yeah, he's fine. I just have so much to do before tomorrow. Ellie said she'd take him tonight. Charlie, what's tomorrow? Jack, it's about work. There's a huge bridge construction planned for Duluth. We got the bid. It's a big hurry. They're sending me up there tomorrow. Charlie, how long will you be gone? Jack, not sure, but at least 3 weeks, probably more. But I'll try to make it home on weekends. Charlie, wow, it sounds like a good opportunity for you. Jack, the money is good. Charlie, that's great. Jack, it's not great for us. Charlie, I know. Beat, what about Danny? Jack, that's just it. I want Danny to stay at the house so he can skate after school. Ellie has agreed to take him back in, take care of him, take him to school and sports. Charlie is quiet, overwhelmed. Charlie, she's moving back in? Jack, yeah, just for now. She knows about you from Danny. Charlie, does she know about us? Jack, no. She would have said something if she did. Charlie, that's good, especially for Danny. Jack, I'm sorry that it's like this. Charlie, like what? Jack, that we just got together and now we'll be apart. She wants to cry, but won't. Charlie, slow and deliberate. Well, it's sort of working out. You see, I have to leave too. I'm going to Montreal to do a kids' hockey camp with Buck. He insisted and I had to say yes. I may even get the opportunity to stay. Jack, hockey camp? Montreal? Charlie, yes, I've got some time, but I need to get ready to leave, so this works out for both of us. Jack, Charlie, don't do this. Charlie, I have to go, Jack. I have to go. Good luck with the bridge project. I'm happy that Ellie is helping you and Danny out. She pushes away from the untouched beer and the table. Jack, don't go. Not like this. Charlie, I have to go. She gets up and leaves. Jack stares at her back. Interior, B's house, night. Charlie, in the same clothes he wore to work, sits in front of the glass doors, drinking a beer. Her gaze is fixed on the dark night and the ice on the lake. Slow fade through to day. Charlie, wearing sweats, sits in front of the glass doors, drinking coffee. Her gaze is fixed on the lake, the busy path, the empty ice rink. B, all dolled up, lipstick, jewelry, and purse, hustles into the kitchen, grabs her phone and puts it in her purse, puts on her coat. She glances at the window and sees Charlie. Grandma B, you're up. Charlie, I'm up. Grandma B, I was just about to write you a note. Book club has an outing. We're going out for lunch, then to see a movie based on a book we read last year, and then we discuss it at our next meeting. The book is always better. How can you cram 400 pages into 2 hours? They're setting themselves up for failure. B waits for Charlie to respond. She walks up to her. Charlie looks up to B. Grandma B, Charlotte, are you coming down with something? B feels Charlie's forehead. Grandma B, Your temp feels normal. Charlie, I'm okay. Grandma B, this means I'm taking the car for the day. I'll bring home dinner. Charlie, you go have fun. Grandma B, okay, I'm out the door. Charlie goes back to gazing at the lake. The front door closes. Charlie looks over to the rink. She sees Danny skating. She stands up, grabs the binoculars, and zeroes in on him. Exterior, lake, continuous. Charlie trudges the path, the rink, and Danny skating in sight. When she gets close, he sees her and skates to the edge of the rink. She waves. He waves. She stops when she gets to him. Danny, I thought that was you. Charlie, I knew that was you. Danny, I got bad news and good news. The bad news is that Dad has to go away for work. The good news is that he said I could skip school today. We went out for pancakes and now I'm skating. He's over at the neighbors making sure they'll plow the driveway and rink when it snows. Charlie, you're all set. Danny, sort of. I'll miss him, but Mom is staying with me while he's gone. We're staying here. I'm hoping that she likes it at our house and will stay with Dad and me when he gets back. I really, really, really want her to stay. Charlie nods, sighs. Charlie, I hope you get that. Danny, I said the really 3 times just like you told me. Charlie, just like I told you. Beat, hey, I stopped by to tell you I'll be leaving. Just wanted to say goodbye. She starts to walk away. Danny skates along with her. Danny, goodbye, Charlie. I'm glad we got to be friends. Charlie, me too. Danny calls, when are you coming back? Charlie calls, don't know. Keep skating. She keeps walking, gulps back emotion. She waves. He waves. She reaches in her pocket, takes off her mittens, presses buttons. Charlie, on phone. Mom, yeah, come get me. Pause. No, now. Pause. Text when you get here. She puts the phone in her pocket, puts her mittens back on. Interior. B's house. Afternoon. At the kitchen counter, Charlie, with her coat over her sweats, writes a note. Her phone beeps. She takes it out of her pocket, reads a text, types back. Exterior. B's house. Continuous. Carol's older Ford Ranger, still running, is parked at B's closed garage door. Charlie, wearing sunglasses, exits the house with a backpack and small suitcase. She puts them in the back seat of the car, opens the driver's door. Carol looks up at her. Charlie, I'll drive. Carol, okay, just let me go in and say hello to B. Charlie, she's not here. I left a note. Carol, can I get a cup of coffee? Charlie, we'll stop. Carol, go to the bathroom? Charlie, we'll stop. Carol gets out of the car, heads to the passenger side. Charlie slides into the driver's seat. Carol, seems like someone's in a hurry. Exterior, Carol's car, continuous. Carol's car drives down a busy interstate on the outskirts of the Twin Cities. It's a bright, sunny day. Interior, Carol's car, continuous. Charlie drives. Carol relaxes next to her, drinking a cup of coffee. Carol, thanks for stopping. Charlie, I just had to leave. Carol, I like your hair. The highlights are great. Charlie, I forgot to send you a picture. Carol, you were busy. Charlie, I was distracted. Carol, with this Jack guy. Charlie nods her head. The sunglasses hide her eyes. Carol, does B know what's happened? Charlie shakes her head. Carl, did B and I push you into this Jack stuff? Charlie shakes her head. A tear slides down her cheek. Carol opens the glove compartment and takes out a box of tissues, hands her one. Charlie wipes her face, her eyes, blows her nose. Charlie, no, I'm a big girl. For some reason, I needed to get involved with him, but I don't know why. There were so many stop signs. Carol, the why answer can be a tough one, but I guarantee someday you will understand why and maybe even be glad about it. Charlie nods. Tears run down her cheeks. Charlie, hand me the box. Carol sets the box of tissue on her lap. Exterior, Bedard house, night. The garage door opens. Carol's car pulls into the garage. Charlie, off screen. Mom, wake up. We're home. I'm going to bed. Interior, Hibbing Hub, Bar and Grill, night. Ernie, behind the bar, pours beer from the tap. The guys in the back shoot pool. The booths are full with customers eating and drinking. The pull-tab booth is empty. Sports plays on big screen TVs. Charlie slouches on a bar stool close to the door, a beer in front of her. Eddie walks up to her. Eddie, you're back. Charlie, I'm back. Charlie looks past him and over at the pool tables. The guys are all watching. Charlie, what do you want, Eddie? Eddie, I want to know how you're doing, but I don't want to piss you off. Charlie, I'm okay. She motions to the pull-tab booth with her head. Charlie, Jenny leave town? Eddie nods. He looks sad. Eddie, greener pastures, I guess. Charlie, ouch. Eddie, yeah, ouch. Ernie sets a bag of takeout food on the bar in front of Charlie. Ernie, this guy giving you trouble? Charlie, we're just talking about Jenny leaving town. Ernie looks over at the empty pull-tab booth. Ernie, we're looking for someone to work the booth. You want a job? I hear you have experience. Charlie, how do you know that? Ernie, B told Carol. Carol told me in church last Sunday. Charlie, church. Ernie, I go to church. Eddie, the tips are good on the weekends. Charlie glances over to the empty booth. She grabs the bag of food. Charlie, let me think about it. She gets up and walks out. Ernie, say hi to your mom. Interior, Bedard House, morning. With phone in hand, Carol stands in the hallway in front of Charlie's bedroom closed door. She talks with Buck on FaceTime. Carol, she's still sleeping. Buck on FaceTime. Knock. Carol softly knocks. Carol, no answer. Buck on FaceTime. Just go in and hand her the phone. Carol opens the door. Charlie's bedroom. Sunlight seeps in through closed drapes. Carol opens the drapes. She goes up to the bed, gently shakes Charlie and sets the phone near her pillow. Charlie opens her eyes. Carol retreats out, closes the door. Buck on FaceTime. Charlie, pick up the phone. Charlie reaches over and looks at Buck. Buck on FaceTime. Good morning. I have good news. The hockey camp is still yours. I got them to up the pay, and they're picking up all your traveling expenses and lodging if you don't want to stay with us. But just so you know, that would break Claire's heart. It's a good deal, the best I could get you. Beat, you'd be doing me a favor. I can't find anyone else. Charlie sits up, looks straight at him. Charlie, text me the details when you need me there, and how long. I'm going to buy a car and drive out. I want to be able to move around once I'm there. Maybe travel a little before I find a place to settle in. Buck is speechless. Charlie, Buck, can you do that? Buck on FaceTime. I'm on it. Hey, Mom needs a new car. Maybe you can have her old one. I'll talk her into it. Charlie, good. And when Mom asks, tell her I'm fine. Charlie sets the phone down on the bed. Interior, Bedard House, Charlie's bedroom, day. The bed is made, but piled with assorted clothing along with a side chair. On the floor is a garbage bag half full. The closet door is open. Charlie sorts through the contents. Carol enters with 2 glasses of red wine. Carol, we're celebrating. She hands Charlie a glass. Charlie, I don't leave for 3 weeks. Carol, Bobby got the job with the Gophers. Charlie, good for him. I'll drink to that. They both take a sip. Charlie screws up her face. Charlie, what is this? Carol, we're having pot roast. B said you like a full-bodied red. Charlie, B likes a full-bodied red. Carol looks around the chaos of clothes and belongings. She moves a pile on the bed and sits down. Carol, is there a method to this madness? Charlie points to the garbage bag. Charlie, throw away. Points to the piles of clothes on the bed. Charlie, give away. She points to the closet. Charlie, put away. Carol sorts through the giveaways on the bed. She pulls out the sweaters B bought Charlie. Carol, these look new. What's wrong with them? I'll take them. Charlie, they're yours. Too many memories. Carol puts the sweaters on her lap, sips her wine. Carol, Buck tells me my new car comes next week. The old Ford is yours. Tires are good. Put a new starter in last year. It needs new wiper blades. Charlie, not a problem. Carol, the mileage, well, it certainly will get you there. It's been a good runner. Charlie, I'll be fine. Carol, Ernie is happy that you'll work the booth until you leave. It gives him some time to find someone permanent. Charlie, he will. Eddie says the tips are good. Carol, I'll miss you. Charlie lifts her glass. Charlie, I'll drink to that. Exterior, Hibbing Hub Bar and Grill, afternoon. It's a warm winter day, spring-like. The parking lot is scattered with cars. Charlie, driving the old Ford, pulls in and parks. She gets out, coat open. She's wearing jeans and a sweater, carrying a small backpack. She walks toward the entry. Interior, Hibbing Hub Bar and Grill, continuous. Charlie enters, heads for the booth, sets her backpack on a chair, turns lights on, goes up to the bar. Ernie is waiting for her. Charlie, I'm here. Ernie, you're early. Charlie, can I get a coffee with cream? Ernie doesn't move, gives her a searching look. Charlie, what? Something wrong? Am I fired already? Ernie, just thinking you might want a beer. Charlie, I don't drink on the job. Ernie motions with his head to a booth in the back. Ernie, he's waiting for you. Charlie slowly turns towards the booth. She sees Jack, a beer in front of him. He looks straight at her. Charlie, how long has he been here? Ernie, about 10 minutes. Ernie sets a beer down on the bar. Ernie, you're not punched in. She takes the beer off the bar and walks toward Jack. A quiet hush descends. Eddie, Todd, and the pool table gang are lined up by the pool table and staring. People at booths stop eating and drinking. The hard drinkers at the bar set down their drinks. Ernie leans against the bar. They all watch. She reaches the booth. Jack looks up at her. She waits for words. Jack, do the guys at the pool table have binoculars? She smiles, sits down. Charlie, they don't need them. He smiles. Jack, it's good to see you. Charlie, how did you know I was here? Jack, B. Charlie nods. She takes a drink. He takes a drink. Charlie, how's Danny? Jack, you were right. Charlie, about? Jack, I got the pads on him. He skated with his team. Charlie, and they put him in the net? Jack, yeah, that went okay. I mean, the kids are so slow. He touched the puck maybe twice. Charlie, and? Jack, everyone else could skate faster. He didn't like that. Charlie laughs. Jack smiles because he made her laugh. Charlie, the curse of the goalie. Jack, seems he's changed his hockey plans. I caught him shooting into an empty net and screaming, he shoots, he scores. Charlie smiles. I've done that. Jack, and there's always the play-by-play announcer. Charlie, he is a talker. Always a possibility. Charlie sighs, takes a drink. Jack leans forward. Jack, the reason I came, well, there are things I need to tell you. Charlie, I'm in a good place, Jack. You don't need to say anything. Jack, I do. Maybe it's for me, but I do. Charlie, okay. Jack gathers his thoughts, his courage. Jack, when Ellie left, I kept it together for Danny, but I was a mess. Sort of an emotional black hole. My world as I knew it was gone. I didn't want to start over. I didn't know how. I'd find myself saying, this is the part where you get off the bed. This is the part you go to work. You feed Danny. You breathe. You drink. You sleep. It was awful. She's watching him relive it all, identifying with the words. Jack, I knew it had to change, but I couldn't find a way to make that happen. I was stuck. Depressed, I'm sure. I was angry that it happened to me. I made bad choices like the bar fight. And then Charlie Bedard walked into my life. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my luck. You were different from any woman I had ever met. And it was Danny that brought you to me. It was Charlie this, Charlie that, until I grabbed onto it. To you. She puts her hand on her heart. Charlie, oh, Jack. He musters a smile. Jack, and then we skated. And that was the most fun I've ever had on the ice. You let me swagger. Let me be a little manly. Almost let me score. Charlie smiles. You are manly, and you did score. He smiles. His head drops with her sincerity. Jack, on the ice, when I pulled you into my arms with the hockey stick, I felt it was some kind of magic. I've replayed that moment so many times, and I know I would do it again and again and again. We needed to be together that night. It was right for us. Charlie, it was. Jack, you brought me back, Charlie. I don't think anyone but you could have done that. I came here today to say thank you. He sits up with resolve. Jack, I still have things to work out with Ellie and Danny. The house, my job. It may take a while. Beat, I want to kiss you goodbye, but not in here. He gets up and the whole bar watches him walk out the door. She is stunned. Ernie grabs her coat from behind the pull-tab booth and throws it over the bar. Ernie, go! She gets up, dashes to the bar, and runs out after Jack. Exterior, Hibbing Hub, Bar and Grill, contiguous. Charlie charges through the door, stops, scans the parking lot. She sees him leaning against a minivan, his eyes pulling her to him. She walks slowly to him. He opens his arms. She melts into him, her head on his chest, her arms around him, his around her, just like on the rink without the hockey sticks. He rests his chin on the top of her head. Jack, I'll never, never, never forget you, Charlie Bedard. He lifts her chin to his face and gives her a sweet, tender kiss on the lips. He pulls her in as close as possible, puts his chin on the top of her head and kisses it. Jack, goodbye, Charlie. His arms fall to his sides. She lets go of him and backs away, tears in her eyes. He gets in the minivan and slowly drives away. She waves. She sighs, wipes tears, and heads for the entry of the Hibbing Hub. Waiting for outside the door is Eddie. He's watching Jack's minivan drive away. She joins him. Eddie, a friend of yours? Charlie, yeah, you could say that. Eddie, he's tall. Charlie, he's tall. She chuckles. Eddie, I hope Montreal treats you good. Charlie, they'll treat me as good as gold. Eddie, and they should. Charlie, you guys have a scrimmage this weekend? Eddie, nah, it's been warm. The ice is too soft. He opens the door for her. They enter the bar. The bar is back to normal. Guys playing pool, folks eating and drinking, Ernie pouring beers. Eddie to Charlie, how about we go out and have some fun before you leave for Montreal? Charlie, same answer as last time. No, you're too short. He gives her a look of mischief. Eddie, you don't know that. Charlie is surprised by his innuendo and comes back at him. Charlie, and I never will. Eddie howls with laughter. Eddie calls to the bar. Hey, everybody, we got our Charlie back. Exterior, Jack's house, day. It's a beautiful fall day. Colorful trees circle the bay. The lake water sparkles in the warm sunshine. A pontoon is tethered to Jack's dock. Title, 9 months later. Jack rakes falling leaves in the yard, lakeside, back of the house. Danny fishes off the end of the dock. A pickup truck pulls into the front driveway. Eddie Finstead gets out. Eddie rings the doorbell. No answer. He looks around the house and sees Jack working. He goes down a hill leading to the lake. Jack sees Eddie and stops working. Eddie waves. Eddie, are you Jack Landry? Jack, yeah, you look familiar. Eddie Finstead, I was at the bar in Hibbing when you said goodbye to Charlie. Jack is dumbfounded. He nods. The memories flood his brain. Eddie, she had a baby. Interior, Jack's house, Danny's bedroom, night. Danny is in bed. Jack sits on the bed next to him. Danny, I caught 2 perch and they were small. Did the catch and release just like you showed me. Jack, good job. Danny, who was that guy you were talking to? I've never seen him before. Jack nods, takes a breath. Jack, he's a friend of Charlie's. Danny, really? Is she coming to visit B? Jack, no, Charlie just got out of the hospital. She had a baby. Danny sits up. Danny, a boy or girl? Jack, a girl. Danny, what's her name? Jack, I don't know. Danny, Dad, we got to go see Charlie and the baby. Jack, I was thinking the same thing. Danny, my idea first. Jack nods and smiles. Exterior, Bedard House, day. A nervous Jack knocks on the front door. Danny tries to peek in a window. B answers. Grandma B, you came. Jack, why didn't you tell me? Grandma B, I was sworn to secrecy. B sees Danny. She motions them in. Interior, Bedard house, Charlie's bedroom, continuous. The room is bathed in soft lights from the nightstands. Charlie, sitting up in bed, wraps her sleeping baby in a small blanket and hands her to Carol. Carol puts the baby in a bassinet. Carol, have I told you that she's beautiful? Charlie, at least a dozen times, but I do like hearing it. Carol, she needs a name. Charlie, I was thinking of Caroline. Carol, you're naming her after me? Charlie, I want her to always remember you. Carol's hands go to her heart. Carol stares at little Caroline, fast asleep. Carol, Charlie. Charlie, you were my rock. I couldn't have gotten through this birth without you. There is a knock at the door. B peers in. Grandma B to Charlie, you have company. Charlie, are the boys here? Carol, no. Buck said he'd call later. Bobby is coming this weekend, and Billy is coming for Thanksgiving. Charlie nods. Charlie, who's here? Jack looks in over B's head. Jack, the Landry boys are in the building. Charlie can't believe her eyes. Charlie, who told you? Jack, Eddie Finstead. Charlie, what? Jack steps in. Carol hustles out. Carol, come on, B. Let's let these two hash this out. Carol closes the door. Jack, yeah, Eddie and I are pretty good friends now. He has great stories about you. Charlie wags her head. Charlie, I didn't want it to be like this. I look terrible. Jack, that's not what I see. Beat. Where's the baby? Charlie points to the bassinet. Charlie, sleeping. Jack hovers over a sleeping Caroline. Jack, she looks like you. Does our baby have a name? Charlie, Caroline, after my mom. He nods, sits down on the bed next to her. Jack, you should have told me. Charlie, I didn't want to open a door I couldn't close. He takes her hand, kisses it. Jack, the divorce was final last month. I got the house and Danny. Ellie got this great job offer and she and Laura are moving to Texas. I promised her liberal visitation when Danny's not in school. We'll see how that turns out. Charlie, what does Danny say about his mom moving away? Jack, he doesn't know yet. She hasn't told him. Charlie, oh, Jack, that's not good. Jack, all the way up here I was thinking about this. I want you and Caroline to come and live with Danny and me. Let's see if we can be a family. Please, do this for us. Charlie is quiet, pondering. Charlie, I've got to think about it. Jack, no, you don't. We've got to do this. She closes her eyes and leans back in the pillow. Charlie, not until I talk to Danny. Jack, okay. Her phone rings. She looks at it. Charlie, it's Buck. Jack nods, gets up from the bed, leaves. She presses buttons. Buck's face appears on FaceTime. Buck, FaceTime. How'd everything go with Jack? Charlie, everything is fine. Buck, FaceTime. I wasn't sure Finstead could get him to Hibbing. Charlie, you sent Eddie to find Jack? Buck, FaceTime. Yeah, someone had to tell the father, and it looks like that blabbermouth Eddie got the job done. Charlie, who told you about Jack? Buck, FaceTime. You told Claire when you were here for hockey camp. You were throwing up and sleeping day and night. Charlie, oh yeah, that's right. Buck, FaceTime. I'll let you go and grab a nap. You'll be up and down with the baby all night. It's Caroline, right? Charlie, how'd you know that? Buck, FaceTime. Mom, she's probably told the whole town by now. Charlie, yeah, probably. Buck, FaceTime. We'll be down as soon as we can. Claire can't wait to see the baby. Charlie, I love you guys. Buck, FaceTime. We love you too. And Charlie, your hormones are going crazy right now. Remember that. And if anything goes haywire with Jack Landry, you let me know. Charlie, we're fine. Buck, gotta go. Buck's face disappears on the phone. Charlie sets the phone down on the bed. Danny peeks into the room. Charlie motions him in with her finger. Danny makes his way to the bassinet. He studies the baby. swoops in for a close look. Danny, she's so little. Charlie, we all start out that way. Danny, what's her name? Charlie, Caroline. Danny, Caroline is kind of a long name. I want to call her Baby Carrie. Charlie, you can call her that. It's cute. Danny, how did she get here? Charlie is perplexed by his question. Charlie, well, the baby grows inside the mother, and when it's ready to be born, you go to the hospital and it's born. You know that. Danny, yeah, but when did she start to grow? Charlie, remember when I came down and stayed with Bea? Right around that time. Danny looks back at Caroline, thinking through Charlie's answer. He turns to Charlie. Danny, Charlie, I'm 7 now. You know what I'm asking. What started her growing? Charlie, your dad, just like you. Danny, when you went for pizza? Charlie, around that time. Danny looks back into the bassinet. Danny, then she is my sister. Charlie, yes. Danny, I want to watch her grow. Charlie, do you really, really, really want that? Danny leaves the bassinet and sits on the bed next to Charlie. Danny, I have to tell you something. Charlie, this sounds serious. Danny, sort of. The really, really, really doesn't always work. It worked for the pizza, but sometimes you want something, but you just don't know it yet. I thought I wanted to be a goalie, but I didn't like it. I like to skate fast. Beat. And Mom, I wanted her to live with Dad and me, but she wants to live somewhere else. Charlie, did she tell you that? Danny, no. But when she picks me up and takes me home, she's always in a hurry. She never wants to eat with us or go on the boat, but she seems happy. You gotta be happy. Charlie, would it make you happy if baby Carrie and I lived close, or maybe even in your house, so you could watch her grow? Danny, yes, that would be perfect. Does Dad know? Charlie, I'll tell him. He goes over to the bassinet for one more look. Danny, I better go. I told Bea I'd help set the table for dinner. We're having pot roast. He wanders to the door, looks back. Danny, are you coming? Charlie, we'll be right there. Danny nods and leaves. Charlie gets up and goes to the bassinet. Come to Mama, Charlie, come to Mama, sweet Caroline. She picks up Caroline out of the bassinet, holds her close, kisses her. Charlie, your great-grandma Bea's pot roast dinner is very good, but no full-bodied red for us tonight. She turns out the lights and closes the door. The bassinet fills the frame. Music plays. Fade 2. The boisterous family sits around the table, sharing a pot roast dinner. Bea at the head, Carol, Danny, Eddie Finstead, Jack and Charlie, the bassinet with a sleeping Caroline between them. Food is passed around. Bea stands, offers a toast to Charlie and Jack. They raise their wine glasses filled with a full-bodied red. Charlie and Danny raise their glasses of milk. A cheer follows. They drink, they laugh, they chow down, fade out. The end.